Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Here we go. We got it, baby. KVJ after the show podcast. Yeah. Got a suggestion, actually, about the podcast intro.
Really?
Yes.
What can you do to make it better?
Well, just maybe making something into it. Yes, in fact, I got this from Carly. And she said here a few months ago, another KVJ listener mentioned for y'all to create an introduction to the KVJ podcast. It'd be helpful for new listeners to tune in. Even though I'm an avid listener, I still enjoy it because I'm still learning new information from each show. It can include an introduction to each of you, then the chain of events from Wild 95.5 to Miami, then WRMF, and whatever else you'd like to add. I was watching old YouTube videos the other day, and I came across a bit you did with a marketing or salesperson who had to answer trivia questions about KVJ. Each question he got wrong, which is almost all of them, Jason had to smack his butt. Could that bit come back every so often?
I agree with that email. I love that bit. I totally think that bit could work.
Yep. I think it's having the right salesperson.
We got a couple that would work, though. We really do.
Yeah, we had Steven in here last time. Panulo, we call him. And
he was good.
He was good, yeah. So you just have to find somebody that'd be good. Because I think we had one salesperson one time, but it was like pretty bad. And I was like, that wasn't very entertaining. So it's like it all depends upon the salesperson.
Bring his ass back. Bring him back.
Yeah, when you have something that works, don't fix it.
Yeah, he still knows no more about the show. So
I think you're right.
Yeah.
He's awesome, too.
Yeah, he is. He's fun. He's a good guy. Yeah, and I think in today's climate, though, we wouldn't be able to do the ass smacking, but I think it was like the reward was for everyone he got right, he got a 10-second plug for one of his clients.
Well, we could do it if we have consent.
Yeah, probably. Maybe. I don't know.
I think he likes it, so I think he'd totally give consent.
I mean, there's other things we can do.
Well, if you got the right person to spank him, absolutely.
Wet Willie every time you don't get it right. There's plenty of things we can do.
True.
Let me see. It was pretty funny because for most KVJ listeners, they were pretty easy questions. Yes, they were. Jaybird asked on the show today, who knows more about the royal wedding, Mexican queen or him? It would say that Jason probably knows more, but can we test that?
I don't know shit about this wedding.
Yeah, I don't think my wife's following it at all.
She's not?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'll have to find out. You know,
I saw her as the kind that would be following it.
Maybe. I don't know. Honestly, like it's nothing that we've talked about though. I don't see her. We really don't talk much during the week, and so on the weekends I've never been like, so what do you think about this wedding? So it's never really come up. So as far as I know, she's not. But
what's a British type of punishment if I don't get it right? Is there a British type punishment?
Well, King Henry VIII used to lop off the head of.
Maybe something a little bit not as extreme.
That was just a suggestion.
What's one thing that's just lower than that?
Cover you in bangers and mash and send you into the panther cage at Lion Country Safari?
I like the whole part, cover me in bangers and mash. I like that banger. I'll take some banger mash.
Let me see. He said, I love y'all. Listen to you every single day. I drove down from Jacksonville for the KVJ 5K, and it was so awesome to meet y'all for the first time. Thanks for making me laugh every day. Carly Howe.
Oh, that's cool. It came down from Jayville.
Jayville, yeah. It's not an easy drive either.
No.
Good 4.5, 5 hour drive right there. That's right. Got this email from Mark Goldberg. Said, hey, MC Murderface.
MC Murderface in the house.
Did everyone miss this from the ATS yesterday? Jaybird said, I don't know what's wrong with my laptop screen. Are you kidding me? That poor computer's been drop kicked, beat, cummed on, and splashed with millions of soft drinks. Fairly certain that's why your screen is so fucked. Thanks for the laughs, guys. Too ducking funny. As always, Jaybird, go fuck yourself.
I got to get my computer fixed today. If not, I don't know what I'm going to... I either have to go get it fixed...
Can you hold that thing up to KVJ TV so they can get an idea of it? Because I walked by and it was very...
Oh, my gosh. It looks like it's given up on life.
It was astonishing.
Well, I got it refurbished. It's a refurbished computer because they're a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
But
That's not a good look.
I can't see diddly shit.
It's getting worse.
Oh, it's getting way worse. And
Was there a certain thing that happened to the screen to get it to do that? Because it looks like an impact kind of thing.
Who knows, Kev? I'm sure I did it all wrong, as the email clearly states. I got to figure out, do I buy a new computer or do I even, do I bring this in and get it fixed? I don't know, but it's so fucked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not looking good.
No, it is looking like that looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. It's what you see right before the computer takes over your brain and then possesses you.
Well, if it's gonna cost me like $400 or $500 to get my screen fixed, at that point, I debate whether or not I just get a new laptop.
That is, I think, something you should think about because this is already not a new laptop. It's refurbished. And so now you're going to be refurbishing. Just freaking get a new one.
I know, they're not that cheap.
I know.
They're really fucking expensive.
I know. Well, maybe you should tell Kevin to pay for it.
Yeah.
Our boss? That's a good point. Kevin, if you want work done, I demand a new computer. Technology, in the last 24 hours, I've had a really rough go with technology. And I feel bad because it brings out the worst traits in me. I get impatient. I get angry. And
You get a little violent, too.
I don't like that about myself. And it does. It brings out the worst.
It's about the only time I lose my cool is electronics. Yeah, when there's the pressure of you've got work that you have to do.
Well, that's just it.
Yeah, when you're like going, oh my gosh, I'm already under the gun, you're feeling tense, then yeah, that's what gets me.
I didn't send in any of my shit for the show today, so it's going out. It's falling apart as I'm trying to send my shit to Denny's, and no one gives a shit. I get that because we all have to go through these kind of problems. I just hate.
Oh, so you're the reason it was a shitty show.
Always, usually.
I'm just kidding.
I just don't like when the worst of me comes out, and it's always technology.
Mm-hmm. It does it to a lot of people. That technology, another sign it's the devil.
No kidding, man.
Yeah. This email said, hey guys, earlier on the show today, there was a commercial spot where Jaybird does one for Sprint. And for some reason, the lisp is a little more prevalent than usual. He's talking about sending pictures of his dog to Denny's, but when I heard it real quickly, it sounded like he said pictures of his dong.
They're right, though.
I would much rather see the pictures on the ladder.
I record those commercials on a different microphone, the one we have at home, and it really showcases my SHs and CHs.
Yeah, here's the clip that he thinks he hears pictures of his dog.
I can send producer Denny's all of my favorite photos of my dog hanging out in the dog park. There's so much you can do with Sprint. I can hear if it was quick in the moment. I can hear it.
I send pictures of my dog.
I'm always sending pictures of my dog to Denny's.
Mm-hmm.
And your dog.
Also,
if I send more pictures of my dog.
Does Denny send back pictures of his dog or his cats?
It's cats usually.
Oh, that's boring.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so can't wait to sing this Friday at Blue Martini for cocktails and a karaoke.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are we doing a theme, Kevin? Are we doing hair bands as a tribute to your hair like I keep trying to push through?
Oh, yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
That should have happened last Friday.
It
Yeah.
should have, but
Whatever.
you ignored my suggestion again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Usually that's a good thing. Ignoring her suggestions.
Yeah, we would. I mean, in 2 hours, though, you're going to be digging really low on the totem pole of hair bands.
Oh, I don't think so. All the hair band music that's out there.
I don't know.
Yeah, listen. Come on, feel the noise. Girls rock the voice. If you sing it like that, but that's not the right way to sing it, though. It's more,
I'm just
because that when you say
I'm saying that like I think you have maybe 10 songs that people will be like, okay, cool, this is great, that's good.
Oh,
but then
get
after
outta
that,
here.
I
don't know
think
You
about
got
that.
like 20 bands to pick from.
Totally.
Come on now. You know hair bands better
I
than
do,
any
I
of
do.
us.
But-
now with that hair, it'll give you more power.
But I'm trying to, just be realistic because I know how much I love them. And a lot of times, when you're real close to it, you're like going, oh, yeah, no, there's like 60 songs. You can do it for 10 hours. But, the ones, your Poison, your Bon Jovi.
That
would work.
And around.
Maybe that would work. Billy Idol, Rebel Yell, you could get away with, even though he's not technically a hair band.
I want to dim the lights. I want to get candles. I want a glass of champagne, and I want you to sing Sister Christian to me.
So I don't think we need to make it hairband week to sing Sister Christian, because I kind of agree with Kevin. That could be fucking awful. The hairband stuff. The more and more we talk about it, I'm like, I don't want to do a hairband. I hate that genre.
You love a theme.
I love themes. I hate hairband.
I don't know if that's the right one.
We can all wear wigs.
We did the hairband karaoke that one time. We did do that.
Swampgrass Willies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it worked great.
And I think all
but we were all going to a hairband show. Was like,
And 3 of us ended in a blackout. So
yeah.
That was one of the most insane events. The mullet bus ride. I remember
mullet bus.
Yeah.
Everybody had a mullet wig. You had to have one on to get on the bus, and then it was all the beer you could drink on this dirty bus.
I remember it was 4:30 in the afternoon. We were at Swampgrass Willie's, and we were tearing it up. And I remember one of the members of the snack pack were so drunk, they jumped over the bar and grabbed the bottle of tequila and said, "Let's get drunk, motherfuckers!" And they had a bit of an issue with that.
Swampgrass didn't care for that?
They did not like that.
Just grabbing free bottles of alcohol.
And trying to share it with the crowd.
It was pure mania out there.
We got away from us.
Well, that was the one where you found me at the end of the concert. You go, "Jay Bert, we got to get on the bus." And I looked at you, go, "We took a bus?"
The whole thing was like called the mullet bus. Yeah.
We have been promoting it for weeks.
Yeah. What? We're on a bus?
What bus are you talking about?
We went to a show. I think it was the Poison. It was like we went to a show.
Yeah, it was like maybe it was Motley Crue and Poison, something like that.
I think it was Motley Crue and Poison.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a bill.
Yeah. Something. Yeah, I loved it.
I know you did.
Yeah, it was great. Just my style. Yeah, I could just do Motley Crue night. Being alone, but I don't think a lot of people like being. What is this?
I for one, would be really pissed off if we did Motley Crue night. Hairband, I'll give you.
That might be a little specific.
Hairband, I'll give you.
Okay. That is from Don Henry, not Don Henley. Got this email from Trey Smith in Orlando. Said, "I love Jay Bird's family. Kay was amazing, and everyone loves Aunt Ann. But the new star of the family is one Randall Pennington."
I love Randy. He's getting brave to step to Ann.
He knows what he's doing. He's a good shit starter with 1 or 2 comments. I love it.
I love his low-tone, humble comments. He's like the Denny's of the family. Can we get a Randy P massage tutorial video or something?
Oh, Randy's gonna break it
would
down.
Be great. Soft music.
Would people watch that?
Yes.
Yeah, they would. Your
Okay.
dad giving you a back massage and showing how he does it.
And talking to the camera the whole time.
Oh yeah.
I gotta ask him if he's cool. He's not as goofy as his son.
Well,
Yeah.
you need to work on that.
I agree.
It could be quick. I mean, just even like a minute long of just a quick,
The people are asking for it.
Okay.
Let him know he's got fans.
I actually love that idea for a video.
You gotta put candles.
Totally. Yeah.
Make it real sexy.
Oh, we can make that real good.
Yeah. Matt D. in Fort Pierce said, "Hey, Jaybird, got a diet tip for you. Just try portion control and replace most of your drinks with water or Crystal Light. Eat small portions about the size of your fist every 3 to 4 hours and avoid any big meals where you stuff yourself. The best part is you can eat whatever you want and sneak 1 soda per day. I've been doing it for years, and I'm down about 60 pounds from my heaviest, and that's without working out. I'd lose more, and I'd be in better shape if I did. Think it's much easier to stick to that than such a restrictive diet like the one you're on now."
Yeah, I usually do the restrictive diet in the beginning. I'm gonna start lightening up on that stance.
He's a man of extremes in the beginning.
I am.
He goes full gorilla with everything.
Well, I just like to get my body in shape quick so I can get this shit over with quick.
It works. You're down what?
I haven't weighed myself.
Like almost 20 pounds?
I should, by the end of this week, I would imagine it would be 20. I would imagine, but I don't know.
Don's got a quick question about the story where the longtime Mets employee got fired for laughing at a dirty joke in a private room because another employee recorded them through the wall and turned it into HR. Said if a Mets player gets pissed, oops, I mean upset, and drops the F-bomb, would he get fired? No. There's no way you're going to like ship off a baseball player because they drop an F-bomb on the field. And you're right. That would be the one thing is say, look, we're both technically employees of the same organization. Why is it they would get treated so much differently than I would?
You bring in a lot of scary stories. That one's scary. That story scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, there's a couple. I was crazy. The guy's taking it to court, and hopefully the Mets lose.
But what a to do? You're out of work. You got to go to court now to defend yourself from a private conversation. I think that's such horse shit.
The attorney, I would imagine, is taking it on because it's going to be a high profile case.
Oh yeah, it's going to be massive.
So the attorney's probably said, "I got this," so it's not like dipping into his pocket because he's not employed now from the Mets. And all he says, "Look, I don't want extra money. I'm not going to be a big crybaby about it. Just give me my job back." I don't think it's fair. I was in a room with another guy that told me a dirty joke, and I laughed at it, and somebody recorded it, and you had audio of me laughing at it, and you fired me because of it.
I laugh at dirty jokes all the time. Am I a bad person for doing that?
No.
Okay, because by him being fired, that would allude that he did something wrong and he's bad, and how dare you? That's horseshit, man.
Well, and it sends a note to anyone else that's an employee of the Mets that even laughing at anything that we deem to be improper, and that's always too a fine line, is to what do you deem to be improper? Because somebody said that's what she said jokes. That could be deemed, if you're going on a standard where there's no precedent set, where how do you know what is considered to be a filthy, vulgar joke and what's not? I mean, that's alluding to somebody's got a hard on, big dick hard in your face. You know? I mean, that'd be the argument. That's vulgar.
Yeah, but
fire him.
It's a joke, though.
I know, I understand, but that's why the Mets are on a real slippery slope here. Because if you set the precedence with that with your HR department, and then, okay, what's a full laugh? If I go, huh, is that a laugh that deems me to get fired? If I smile, if I snicker? Like, how do I have to respond to even someone telling me a dirty joke? It's so unbelievable. There's no way they can win this.
The other thing people always will say, they'll say, well, if you hear something vulgar or inappropriate, you are supposed to stop them and tell them no. And the bottom line is not everyone's built like that. Not everyone wants to confront somebody on these gray areas that honestly don't mean shit.
Well, I'm not that kind of I don't want to live in a world where I'm trying to dictate what I think. Now, you shouldn't say that. Like, that's not my style. I would never want to be in a place where I feel like I've got to be that person.
Because there's some G-rated comedy that I find really fucking offensive.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Imagine some of the conversations me and you have had, Virginia. Oh. We probably should have been fired.
Well, this podcast would get us fired alone. I mean, imagine if somebody just like played this back, be like going, listen to what they're saying in that room. If we work for the Mets, we'd be shit canned in a second.
If you don't think it's coming for people on the microphone about things you can't, it's happening. Oh, it is without a doubt happening. Virginia will get us fired.
And then the podcast will be all we have.
Not surprised. We did the Twitter poll. Should you be fired for telling vulgar jokes at work, even if done in privacy? 83% said no.
And the other 17 are real fun at parties.
Mm-hmm.
They never smile.
Yeah, there's a couple stories going around getting people all upset. I saw this guy on Fox News today. He, on Mother's Day, was eating with his girlfriend and their family, and he was wearing a Donald Trump Make America Great Again hat at the Cheesecake Factory at the Dadeland Mall. And about a dozen employees gathered around his table and started chanting for him to be thrown out of the restaurant.
For wearing the hat?
For wearing the hat.
That's insane.
That's totally insane.
That is insane. And talking about bullying, that's what that is.
Well, he tried to get away from him and go to the restroom. They followed him in there. Somebody said that they were going to like smack him upside the head, like they're threatening violence with him.
Cheesecake, what are you doing?
Yeah, some of the workers were even sent home after the incident. Cheesecake Factory has since released a letter of apology, but yeah, they're taking a lot of heat for this. Like I said, the guy was on Fox News today, so you know it's just getting that right wing.
Oh, you're giving you're giving such a bad name. What are y'all doing, Cheesecake?
It happens on both sides, though. If there's a story on the left, they'll blow that story up. And if there's a story on the right, they're gonna. But that's what they do. That's what the media does.
Fox News loved it because it's everything you want. The 22-year-old. This happened, in liberal South Florida, and in Kendall there at the Dadeland Mall. The 22-year-old, he's black. His girlfriend is white. And so this just crosses every line of what you could, if you wanted a shit starting Fox News story, they couldn't draw it up better.
They love
and
it.
he's wearing a Trump hat. I mean, you could not, for them, they're like, oh my, if they sat down and just had their big wildest dream.
They might have wrote it, actually.
I want a 22-year-old black man in a Trump hat with his white girlfriend to get harassed on Mother's Day at a Cheesecake Factory. It feels like a script, doesn't it?
What could make it better?
I know. It feels like going, bingo. They had to be high-fiving in that Fox News office going, yeah, chest bump. Ratings bonanza.
You can't let a shirt or a hat or anybody's political clothing put you into a tizzy like that. It doesn't matter that much.
You can't threaten people.
No. You just can't. You can't be that person. What are you doing? Keep it together.
Someone will come back with, well, politicians threaten people all the time. I'm just saying the golden rule, can we just be kind to one another?
Can we just get some fucking cheesecake?
Yeah, can we eat our cheesecake without getting in people's faces and then saying you're going to punch someone in the face? It just be on both sides. Both need to be mature on that.
It's hard to take a moral high ground against Trump when that's how you act. And that's what they're exactly trying to do. Be like going, this is the same guy that said grab you by the pussy. Yeah, but you just harassed somebody while trying to eat with his mom.
So let me punch you and your mother in the face. What? Wait, what?
You're really
Guys,
what the fuck is going on?
It's making y'all crazy.
You lost all standing.
All of this is making everybody crazy.
That's just, it's absolutely insane. Yeah.
There's so much noise out there, man. You got to turn off. You got to turn off the noise, man.
It's a dozen of them. A dozen employees, 12 of them were around the table chanting, kick him out, kick him out. And you're like,
that's crazy.
It's insane, isn't it? You'd be like, oh my gosh, what is going on here?
And by the way, this is not a political stance any of us on the show are taking.
No.
This is literally just don't get in people's fucking faces when they're eating.
You have a freedom to wear any hat of any politician you want at any time.
Absolutely.
And be able to have your damn cheesecake
in
peace.
Without the staff.
Sometimes you just need a fried macaroni and cheese ball, and you don't want the staff in your face telling you you're a bad person.
Right. You are entitled to your own political views.
All of those employees need to get fired.
Yeah, I would if I were Cheesecake Factory.
You got to clean house.
Yeah, I would.
Say,
I would say, look.
We can't tolerate this.
No.
We don't treat any of our guests this way.
I'm not choosing political sides.
No.
At all. Do what you want. Yeah, there's nothing vulgar about the hat. Yeah, you may not like the president or what he stands for.
But what does it have to do with you?
Nothing.
Nothing. Why are you getting involved in a man's hat? What do you care?
I was walking by. I was just laughing. I'm like, of course this story's on today. They probably drove to the guy's house. I'm like, going, look at your private jet.
Salivating.
What do we have to do? Are you free for 18 hours today? We don't want to take you off the camera.
I'll tell you who's real happy about this story. Starbucks. They're like, please talk about somebody else than us now, please, please.
Yeah.
They just announced they are allowing anyone to use their bathrooms.
I saw that.
No matter what. So yeah, so that's their thing to fix their deal. But yeah, they are. They're like going, thank God we said anyone can use our bathrooms. We're off the hook. And Cheesecake Factory, it's you.
You can now walk into a Starbucks and go, I got to take the biggest dump and I'm not buying anything.
Yeah.
You should do that today.
It's a social experiment.
Social experiment. I mean, loud.
I'm going to be there for about 25 minutes, but you're all new fucking policy.
I just left Taco Bell. I spent $80.
I'm full. I'm not going to spend shit in here, but oh boy, I'm going to shit. Let's see how that goes.
It's going to be
see
clear
how
on the
they
other end.
handle you.
Yeah.
Are they ready for the bird?
Oh, man. Let me see. This from Marie said, hey, got an idea for a bit. Virginia and Jaybird have both openly admitted to being bad drivers. And Jaybird's mentioned how he barely passed the written test. What if you got one of those test booklets with road rules and see who's worse? Would you pass today if you had to do that kind of thing?
Great question.
That's a great question.
Do they do it online now? We might be able to put the test on our computer.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have a computer.
Damn, you did that joke just to fuck with me
Pretty
and my
good.
computer. Oh, I saw the steam come out of her ears.
You can't take the test, Bird.
Oh, nuts. I can't take the test.
Yeah. Yeah, we did that bit. I can't remember how long ago it was.
It was a while ago.
Yeah,
it was wild.
Yeah, it was definitely a wild. So, yeah, it might be a time to do that again to see where everybody stands on that test.
I got shittier since then.
Oh, definitely.
There's no way I got
I've
better.
definitely gone down. It's a downward spiral.
I remember you could only miss, I believe, 4 questions when I took the test, and I was down to my last question, and I knew I could not miss shit. And by the grace of whatever you call holy, the sign of the deer came up, and it said, "What does this mean?" And I was like, "Don't fucking hit the deer." Boom. Got it right.
Did it say, "Hey, don't fucking hit the deer"?
No. But you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Deer crossing.
Yeah.
Did you hear that girl say, "Well, how do the deer know that's where they're supposed to cross?"
No, who said that?
Was one of your friends or somebody like that?
Somebody we know said that.
Yeah.
How do you know? How do the deers know when they see that sign that that's where they're supposed to cross?
Aw, bless her heart. Oh, pumpkin.
That is adorable.
Got this email from Victoria, a fellow DJ from NJ while at Rutgers.
Oh.
She's a college DJ. He sent a picture. Look at that old college radio equipment there.
Oh, wow. She's old school like us.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Said, hey, I'm looking for some recommendations for some light listening podcasts I can listen to when I'm running. I usually run to your podcast and run up to 67 miles, but I'm almost completely caught up. My goal is to run the New York City Marathon in the 55-plus age.
Good for you, girl.
Yeah, I know Virginia mentioned some, but I didn't have a way to write them down, and Jaybird has his death ones, which I may want to stay away from since I run alone. I tried sports, but I don't know the players well enough to follow them. Any suggestions would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for the love, guys. Been listening since you were the Kevin of Virginia show.
Try our Weird and Whatever podcast if they haven't tried it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There is a little bit of humor in there. We try anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for light, it gets a little deep in there, but for the most part, I'd say it's kind of light.
I love sassy females, so if you like sassy female podcasts, just your bag, Jay Bird.
Oh, man.
I love, my all-time favorite is called The Bitch Bible. She just goes off. It's very funny. Our former intern, Annabelle, has a great one called Adderall and Compliments, and she is climbing the charts. I think on all the comedy podcasts last week, she was number 42 in the nation. Out of
What's she really?
all the comedy podcasts that exist.
No way. That's awesome. Good for her.
Adderall and Compliments. Huge. I think she beat Jimmy Kimmel's or somebody's.
Did she really?
Somebody really, Jimmy Fallon, one of the Jimmys. She beat them.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Stassi Stroder from Vanderpump Rules does one called Straight Up with Stassi that I like. And This American Life does a really good job of great storytelling if you enjoy a great story.
Okay. Yeah, that's some good suggestions. You have got a couple other ones. How This Got Made is kind of funny. They kind of like talk about really bad, movies and then kind of like rag on them. Comedy Bang Bang is one to check out. Anna Faris has got one, Unqualified. Some people have been telling me the one that is good, too, that I think is picking up is Dak Shepard. He has a podcast that he interviews like a lot of his celebrity friends.
Oh.
And they say it is really good. It's called Armchair Expert.
He's funny. I think anything he would do would be fascinating.
Yes.
He's got a nice little wit.
Joe Rogan's got a decent one too. A lot of times it's not funny; it's kind of deep. They get into some deep conversations. I guess they try to put a little humor in there because he is a stand-up comedian. But a lot of times it's just they're talking about shit, just bullshitting.
And the top 2 podcasts that they recommend here for comedy: Two Dope Queens. That's Phoebe Robinson and Jessica Williams that do that, and Guys We Fucked. So there you go.
I've heard those girls before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a couple suggestions there from a little bit lighter that you might enjoy listening to on the comedy angle. Got this disagreement. My wife and I are not agreeing on this. Want to get your opinion. We're building a garage at our house, and we want to turn it into a personal home gym. Where we don't see eye to eye is on letting people work out with us for free. I want to invite my buddies over, and she wants to invite her friends over to work out from time to time, but she wants to charge them $5 or so every time they come over to work out.
Are you kidding me right now?
Insane.
Is this real?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we get them. I never know. I'm always asking, is this real? I have no
we could
idea.
be being catfish, but I don't know, this sounds real to
You
me.
cannot charge your friends to come over to your home gym.
I disagree with this, but we can't come to an agreement. The reason she wants to charge $5 every time they work out is so if equipment breaks, it doesn't come directly out of her pockets. It would come out of the gym fund.
I think she's reaching there.
Yes.
I would be so annoyed with my friend's wife.
You make yourself look like such a cheapskate. So you ruin your reputation for $5. Is that really how you want to go
Well,
out?
if you got 5 people working out, you got $25.
Yeah, but you're a dirtbag for $25.
Well, in a lot of gyms that probably are going to be just as good, if not better than yours, cost as cheap as like $8 to $10 a month.
A month,
I'm not
not
a big
$5 a visit.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a big fan of opening up your home and then charging people.
Yeah.
That's so insulting.
You go over to Virginia's house, and then I get a bill for $45 because I ate some lasagna, had some wine.
You will never get a bill from me.
No, because
You know what you'll get? You'll get a Tupperware container when you leave full of lasagna to take home with you, because that's how you're supposed to host a party and be a good, hospitable homeowner and friend.
you're going to bed at night knowing that you're opening up your gym to your friends and your family. They're getting better. They're getting healthier. And you go to bed by helping them.
Well, you tell your wife how we all sides. That's what she says.
And tell her to stop being like that. She's going to have no friends if she keeps it up.
Yeah, you're right. It's going to backfire. It's going to do
It's
more
going to
harm than good.
backfire
Yeah.
on you and make you look bad if you start saying stuff like that.
I mean, Virginia already hates her. Clearly, listen to her.
Clearly.
I'm very annoyed. She's not my type of girl. I hate a cheap person. Nothing worse.
Look, they asked the question, Kev.
They
This
did.
is what they get.
That's what you get. All righty. Got any questions for us? Comments? Send them on by. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.